All right, here we go. We got our 360 seat kit for the NuCanoe Frontier 12. Yes, this is the old Pinnacle seat, but I still think it's important that people know how to put this together. So I'm going to do that. Even though my plan for the year isn't to use the seat necessarily, I still think putting it together on camera will be helpful to somebody. So here we go. All right, so what's included is the 360 swivel base, the Frontier seat base, 2 packs of hardware for 2 different things that we'll get to. And then you got your risers, so you can determine if you want your seat in high or the low position. I'm gonna put mine in the high with the 360 because I like that high vantage point. The other thing it comes with is the actual seat, which is right here. It's got the fabric already on it, so you're ready to go. You don't have to put that on. And then we're gonna put it all together, I think. Here we go. All right, so first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put the bolt through these hex spacers that go through the bottom, and you'll actually see there's a groove in there that matches up with the seat base pole that goes across. So let's do that first. All right, so as you can see, I got the spacer aligned with the seat tube and the screw is through. Now we're gonna put the washer and the bolt down and tighten it down. I don't know what's going on with this camera, but it looks weird. I'll tighten them down in a second as soon as I get the other riser on there. So let's do that. We'll hand tighten them, and then we'll talk about how to install the 360 base, because there's a lot of screws for that. Let's see. We've got them hand tight right now. I'm gonna wait till I get the other riser on, and then we can talk about how to install the 360 base, because there's a lot of screws with that. Like I said, hand tight for now, just to see if I like that height, and then we'll go from there. All right, just make sure that you put that washer in between that bolt here, because it gives it a tighter grab, and it won't be as wobbly. So make sure you're putting the this in the order that the directions tell you. Side note, it comes with directions, so I'm not doing this from my brain. I'm doing it from these directions. So there's plenty of videos out there on how to do this too, but I figured you might want to hear my voice instead. Maybe. If not, fine, cool. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna finish locking these down. And we'll move on to the swivel base in a second. Hold on. The first things you're going to do is you're going to insert the lock nuts into the other half of those risers. They stay in there, so you press them in, make sure they're kind of flat, and go from there. Next thing you're gonna do is turn this base 45 degrees, because it's a little easier to access some of those slots then. So let's get to it. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of these hex bolts. There's 2-inch hex bolts. You're gonna slide them in through each of these slots here. Put the bolt on the underside, and make sure there's a washer in between this and the seat base. And then we'll do those hand tight for now, and then we'll go back and tighten them in a cross pattern right after that. All right, so we got the 360 base installed. It's solid. Now we're gonna work on adding the risers to the actual seat and then attaching those risers to the 360 base. Here we go. All right, we got the first riser attached. We're gonna attach the other one. It's hand tight right now, so we're gonna go back and tighten everything. Again, it's time consuming, but you gotta do it right and you gotta do it slow so you don't miss a step. Okay, here we go. We got these on. The most important step there is to make sure you insert those screws through the 2 other slots there and make sure they're flush, because it's gonna be tough to get in there once it's attached to this. So make sure you do that before you attach it to those seat cross beams. So yeah, let's, now we're gonna attach the seat, the actual seat, to the 360 base. Here we go. that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you install a 360 Pinnacle seat on a NuCanoe Frontier 12. Now, this is for 2018 models and previous because there is a new seat available. And that seat looks tasty. And I plan on getting it soon, but this is the one that came with my boat. So we had to get it set up because I'm going fishing this weekend. So needed a seat because the cooler's not ready for that purpose yet. I want to do some things with that cooler first before it goes in here. So next thing on the slate is to make sure my dashboard's ready to go, so that way I can get my camera mount set up. And then, yeah, it's on to the river on Saturday.